Yeah. Oh, I'm terrible. I'm
You're
terrible.
missing something here, pal.
Yeah, I know it. Yep.
You're grounded. You're grounded.
I know. I'm gonna send me to my corner. I am in a corner. There's the wall right there, the wall right here.
Nobody puts Mark in the corner.
Yeah. I saw a meme of a guy throwing a fit because somebody put a baby crib in the corner. Oh, it had a picture of Patrick Swayze looking disgusted. That's what it was.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you check the chat. There's more of her too.
Okay.
Okay.
Damn, it's only
More
62
and more and
degrees
more.
outside. Oh, 82. Okay. Suzanne Summers' widower is dating her former co-star. Okay,
Well, I mean, what's she gonna say?
Hey, they were
Was it-
roommates.
Is it Janet?
I know what she's going to say. It's hot in here. Let me out of here.
Is it
Come on
Jermaine?
to my door.
I always thought Janet was hotter anyway.
Yeah.
She was attractive, yeah.
How many years was she, Suzanne Summers on there before she left? It was like only 3 years?
I don't
2, 3?
I like to
didn't
go.
her replacement.
I did.
It wasn't like Farrah Fawcett. She did 1 year Charlie. She was gone.
I liked what was her name? Jen Lou Harrison. I liked her.
Oh, yeah. On Three's Company?
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, the only replacement for Farrah on Charlie's Angels I liked, Cheryl Ladd. The rest of them they weren't nothing. I didn't like the rest of them.
Mm-hmm.
Got to shake off the rust from being gone for a week.
Just make sure when you log out, you end stream. Just you got to end it, okay? It's right in the
gotta
right
go
hand
to
corner there.
Yeah, let's have a talk about that, shall
You got
we?
to go to the corner and you got to click it twice. You got to click that button twice.
You got to double click. From what I'm
Double click.
hearing, you know.
Double click it.
I know how to do it.
Okay, I'm just trying to help.
That's like take your kid out and put them behind the steering wheel. Say, okay, this is the steering wheel. This is the gear shift. This is the brake. This is the pedal. And you get out of the car and leave. I can't stop it. I can't stop it.
Right.
Gets on the phone.
Just
We got full
disregard the
coverage,
brake.
right?
And I discovered last night
the
when I
brake.
said-
You just hitting all gas.
Well, when I
All
set up
gas, no brakes.
when I was setting up the intro, yeah, for tonight, I realized there was an intro for last week. I forgot to tell Richard about it. I completely forgot it was in there.
Oh,
See,
And next
he
week's
set
intro
you-
is already in there too. It's
he
just a
set you
box.
up.
Don't you have the intro like in a secret place? Because Richard and Kevin couldn't find it for nothing.
I don't know.
It's in your special place. It's okay.
No, it's at the bottom of the videos.
yeah, I didn't look
Next week-
closely.
Next week's intro is at the bottom of the videos. Below the It's Raining Men video.
Hallelujah.
Yeah.
Which one?
That's your favorite video.
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Hey Ben, tomorrow's Friday.
All off beat.
Psycho Tuesday. It was 2 days ago.
Screenshot him and tell him. I don't care.
It's good to be back, guys. Good to be back.
Welcome back.
Thank you.
Mendoza. Oh my god.
Tamaj.
This is espresso, guys. Just to let you know, I needed more gas tonight. Ugh. Not that kind of gas. Not that kind of gas.
Excuse me. Let's blame Ric Flair.
I think I'm going to do that as one of my TikTok videos. If a woman says she doesn't fart, she's a liar.
I hear Flair just has no crap time, you know?
Oh, let's have some fun tonight, guys. We're gonna have some fun.
Of course, definitely.
Women fart worse than men.
Shoot,
Sure,
me and my wife have farting contest on the couch.
No, I
They
ain't
sure,
doing all that
Ben, they
now.
sure as hell don't admit it, do they?
You okay tonight, Richard? You on some friend shit tonight, man.
It's the espresso.
Let's just skip through hour number 1, shall we?
It's Thursday.
Hey folks, this is Lane, aka Cadillac. Do you like talking wrestling belts? Well, I got just a podcast for you. Every Thursday night from 7 to 9 Central, spanning the globe. Join Mark, Richard, Andy, Jimmy, and myself, and let's have some fun.
Good evening, everybody. It's Thursday night. You know what that means. It means we're going to go spanning the globe. Good evening. We are sponsored by Marked Leather Championship Belt Leathering, by Ashley Southern Designs, and by Unique Championship Belts. I want to give a special shout out to Kevin Davenport and the DDK podcast. They're on every Saturday night, and he sat in for me last week. Appreciate that very much. Be sure you give him a watch on Saturday night. A like, subscribe, add to his viewer count and his subscription count. He would greatly appreciate that. And if you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by a partnership with the Brothers in Kayfabe podcast. So, get my thing up cute here. My name is Mark. To my left and your right is Mr. Richard Ward, a.k.a. The Warden.
And
Underneath-
the show is sponsored by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast.
There you go.
Be off the mess today.
Yep.
I'm convinced.
Yeah, he'll be swinging from the chandelier by the time the show's over.
Mm-hmm.
Underneath Richard is Mr. Andy B. And underneath me is Mr. Ben Walker. Andy is with Love Those Wrestling Belts group. If you're not a member, be sure you join. It's a nice drama-free group. Enjoy belts. And Ben is one of the admins of Championship Belt Brothers, another drama-free group, drama-free, sucker-free. So if you love the joy of the hobby without drama, that is one of the groups you should join as well.
One of the best groups out there.
Absolutely. I want to let's take a look at
Mark, I want to say welcome back.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome
Sir,
back.
glad to have you back.
Good to be back.
You weren't the only one gone last week.
Okay.
You
Ben,
do. Welcome back, Ben.
Put the guy on the end credits. He's already got
I gotta beg to get on the credits. Still playing the video with Lane not mentioning me.
Ben, next you're going to say you haven't
What
gotten
is this, man?
Next you say you just haven't gotten a paycheck from the show.
What is
Did
this?
they put
I'm
the
gonna
milk
have
and
to talk to
cookies
the-
in
I'm
your-
gonna have to
in your
talk to the
dressing
union
room?
rep. I'm gonna have to
Yeah.
talk to the union rep. You guys are no good.
I shipped a check to you, AKA or via DHL. So
Bounced.
Oh.
Right.
Hey, at least Ben didn't go USPS.
Mhm.
yeah, that's true.
Oh,
That's true.
jeez.
Hello, Ricky Hernandez. Thank you for
Hey,
watching
Ricky.
tonight.
What's up, buddy?
What's up,
If
Ricky?
you want,
Hey,
if you want your
Ricky.
belt restoned, that's one guy to or
What's up,
painted.
my homeboy?
He does. Ricky
He
can do
does the
everything.
job. That's right. Chris Raines, hello.
Hey, Chris.
Appreciate that. Hello,
Thank you very
Lisa.
much. Hey, Lisa.
We're on the 40-inch screen. Is that the biggest screen you got?
It's not
Okay.
the size; it's what you do with it, Mark.
Yeah, it's not the size of the screen; it's how you use it.
Just
Yeah.
don't change channels. That'd be great.
Yeah.
Mendoza, hello.
Mhm.
Jim Mills, good evening,
Hey,
sir.
Jim.
What is
Yeah,
up,
man.
Jim?
How's it going?
Wrestling Bonkers from the UK. Thank you for watching.
What's
Hey,
Hello,
up,
man.
Bonkers, what's up?
Appreciate you very, very much.
What's going?
CJ Smith, hello.
What's up,
DJ, what's
TJ?
up, buddy?
What's up?
Chris is saying hello to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Deuce Legends.
What's
Talmage.
happening?
What's up, Tamaj?
You're breaking along today. Okay. Mr. Jason Cortez.
What's up, brother?
What's up,
What's
Jason?
going on, bro?
Wonderful guy. Wonderful guy.
Yeah, great guy.
Screenshot of someone's grass.
Yeah. 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 There you go.
Blame it on Ben.
No, it,
What's
Hello,
up,
Mark
Liberty?
Liberty.
What's up, Liberty?
it's Ben Walker's fault. He's always puppet mastering me.
$5 million podcast. I love that. I love that. Lost my train of thought. A little rusty. I told you I was a little rusty tonight. I want to address something that happened last week. I didn't see it live. I was on the show for a few minutes. I got off and was doing vacation stuff with my family, and heard about it later. I want to pull this up because I watched it after I was told about it. And this is hilarious.
It is.
Let me find it here. Here it is.
Like and subscribe.
Listen. Yeah. Let's check this out, shall we? This is the end of the end credits last night. You're supposed to be off at this point, off the air. This is funny.
All right, off.
Nope.
Why is it not ending?
Nope, we're still live, Richard. You need to click
I'm
off. You gotta click it and then click it again, Richard.
did.
You didn't. We're still live, still running.
He was laughing his ass off. That was hilarious.
Top right hand corner, it'll say in stream. Click it, and then it'll say, "Are you sure?" And then you click yes again.
Kevin's like, that's not it.
That's gold, man. That's going on a blooper reel. That is going
Shout
on
out to Kevin O'Keefe for that.
Oh, yeah, sure. It's playing Kevin O'Keefe. Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin O'Keefe grabbed that screenshot and sent it to me, and I posted it all over my socials.
That's classic.
5K.
Hey.
That's the magic number.
There you go.
Hey, if you
What do you
can't
got?
have,
Hello?
if you can't make fun of
One
yourself,
Lenny.
what else is
Lenny.
there to do?
Maurice, hello.
Reese, what's up, bud?
What's up,
Love,
Reese?
love, going, Reese.
Thank you very much. Good to be back.
Thank you. Thank you. See, that's appreciation.
Oh, I'm gonna hear
Coast to
about
coast,
it all
coast to
night.
coast.
Thank you.
You know,
Host with the most. We're doing well. Thank you very much, CJ.
Doing good, bud. What's up, man?
Reginald Paul Hawkins. That's the name I hadn't heard in a while. Thank you for watching.
Reginald, what's going on,
Appreciate you
man?
very much.
good to see you.
What's going on, man?
Thanks for watching. man.
See what you did there.
Oh.
That's for hour number 2, Chris.
Hmm.
What's up, Chris? What's
No,
up,
I did not.
Lisa?
Nothing live. That's apparently what Chris is going to do.
Wow.
No technical difficulties last week because you were not here last week. Just like I was.
Oh, Ricky, you right, man. I'm slipping bad, bro.
Yeah.
That's what he needed last week.
I take the blame for this because I didn't give Richard all the instructions. I gave him just enough instructions to be dangerous. But that was hilarious. That was hilarious. I thought about doing it again tonight just for the hell of it.
It was
Like I
classic.
said, that was podcast gold, man. It was
I'm glad you
podcast
did,
gold.
Kevin. Glad you did, Kevin. That was great.
It was a classic. It was.
Yeah. We're going to make a blooper reel one of these days. I got one where we had another guest that was off camera yelling at his dog. There's something else happened, but we'll make one.
I would
Like
love to do that.
So we always start off the show with the belt of the week.
Mhm.
And I have it this week, and coming right up.
Hey,
So
Mark.
this is the
I don't mean to cut you off. I just seen this comment and I wanted to mention it. Jason, prayers out to your mom. Where she's in our prayers. We'll keep her in our prayers. Hope everything goes well, man.
Yes, absolutely.
Yes.
I knew she was
Jason's
struggling
family,
with
so
Definitely, man. Definitely.
that's why I had to do that.
We got you.
prayers. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm praying for her, Jason. God bless her.
But glad to hear she got a bone marrow transplant. That hopefully
Yeah,
will be a life
definitely.
changer. So, you bet. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yes, I did. I sure did. Sure did. I threw him in the deep end of the pool. Appreciate that, Platinum.
Good thing he wasn't flying a SpaceX or space shuttle or
Right.
something.
That's
Right.
right. Yeah. Yeah. So back to the belt of the week. This is it right here. This is my Luger US by Unique Championship Belts, our sponsor. I did leather on this. The original did not have tooling in the snap box, so I didn't put any in there, which made it much easier. The edge tooling is a little bit different. There's actually no edge tooling. There's more contours around the side plates and the main plate. It's not exactly TV accurate. In fact, I'm probably going to redo it at some point, but I'm happy with it so far. The lighting in my house just doesn't flatter the leather much. I can get better lighting, but he did a great job with the plates.
Mm-hmm.
This is like the second one I had from him, and the side plates were too small. So he and I kind of worked together on that. I cut out some cardboard discs and held next to the main plate and finally got it down to where we think we're close. And so there's the NWA I carved into the or stamped into the strap. Here's the backing. I love to get the backing hugging those nuts on the back of the strap nice and tight there, so there's no air bubbles or anything like
It's
that.
always important to have the nuts hugged.
Hug, yeah. Yeah.
The only complaint I have is there's no music to it.
Well, I did play music before, but it was too loud. Couldn't talk over
No,
it.
I like that belt. That's nice.
Thank
the
you.
one
I
that
like
you
it.
did
That's
for
one
me
of
was
my
even
all-time
good too.
favorites.
It's
love that.
it's my second favorite version of that belt behind the 10 pounds of silver.
Two reasons why mine is special. One, you did the work on it. Two, Nikita Koloff signed it.
Jim got a different job, and he no longer had time for the show, so we wish him the best. I think he went to work for
Yep.
school. So
Yeah, he's got his schoolwork at doing job, and then he does the referee thing on the weekends.
yeah, so he's just got a lot on his hands. So
Yep.
that's why he got Ben.
Well, you don't like the upgrade? You don't like you don't. What?
We love the upgrade. Love the upgrade.
No, I'm
We
just
got the
kidding.
Puppet Master.
I'm just kidding.
I put you in the end credits. What else do you want?
Did you get those? Did you get those chunky chocolate chip cookies in your dressing
I
room?
want 5% and some Big Debbie's,
There you
Some
go.
Big Debbie's,
Big Deborah's.
Big Deborah's.
Big Deborah's. That's funny. Yeah. Get down. Dogs are wanting out already. Forgot to let him out before the show started. As we advertised, we're going to do a Q&A. I took 5 random questions from some viewers that have sent me questions. And I encourage you guys to send me, send Ben, Andy, or Richard, either one, some questions. We'll put them up on the screen and we'll answer them. And they can be about anything hobby related. So let me pull those up real quick. I thought this would be a change of pace. That'd be kind of fun. So we're going to do a hobby Q&A. And we're going to answer, each one of us is going to answer each question. So the first question is, what is your favorite belt in your collection? That's the standard question, I think. I'll let you guys go first. I'll go last.
IWGP V3.
I think I knew that.
I think it's pretty obvious my answer. IWGP version 4. The greatest belt ever made. Ever. Love
Totally
it.
agree with that. For me, it's V3 and then V4.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I like the V4. That's my favorite of the IWGPs.
It's just artwork, you know?
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
I
It's
know I
very
probably
ornate.
said this before.
You'll never see another belt made like that.
No.
Nope.
Right. You won't.
Richard?
I know I probably said this before, but my favorite belt in my collection has sentimental value to me. I would have to see my WCW Big Gold with the Goldberg nameplate. because my dad liked Goldberg when we used to watch the Monday Night Wars together.
Mhm.
And that would probably be the only belt in my promo titles that I would not sell or give away.
Is that the one that had the very thin plates, like the one?
No,
millimeter
it's a little thicker. It's a
Oh,
little
okay,
thicker.
okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's the flat one. Instead of curved, it's flat.
Yeah. Oh, okay. Because I have one of those that was 1 millimeter thick.
And I believe the edges are round on the strap at the end.
Okay. My favorite belt has changed. It used to be my Figs Dome Globe, which is my first one. But I showed you guys the cardboard to life belt I have made into a 4 millimeter belt, and so that one is my favorite. This one right here. Unique did that for me. He did a phenomenal job on it.
The best thing, Mark, is just seeing the belt that you created right next to that
From
one.
your mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, come to life.
Yeah. I couldn't have asked for a better result. This
Yeah.
is the before and after.
There we go. I love that picture right there of
Yeah.
those two.
Yeah. So, and I was fairly close on the plate size.
I mean, when you made that belt, I mean, back then, anybody would have killed to have something like that because they didn't even have. Never did we ever dream we'd have in our collections what we have right now.
Yeah.
We made them out of cardboard and aluminum foil.
Yeah, I would have been fine with cardboard. That's all we could do, you know.
Yeah. But that's I was actually pretty pleased with how close it came to the size of the main plate. It might be a little bit bigger, but pretty close. Pretty close.
Beautiful.
I'm sure you do, Jason.
Don't say that 2 times.
Yeah.
I'm just giving you a hard time, man.
Oh.
Don't say that.
Nut hugging's where it's at, guys. You know?
That's it. That's right. Let me get this.
We're just tugging at you, bro.
In a pinch.
All right. So
That's
Question
nuts.
number-
You guys talking about that?
question number 2. What was your first belt?
Oh, I know right away.
Figs Inc. The 1 millimeter thin sheet WCW title. I bought in 1998 from was it QVC?
You mean
or
the big gold pen?
HSN? The big gold.
Yeah. Okay.
reason I asked because-
was it QVC? It was one of those.
Yeah, QVC.
Yeah, because they didn't sell it in the magazines yet. You had to buy it from QVC.
No.
And I remember WCW advertising QVC before or after the show was going off, and I went on there and bought it.
Mm-hmm.
I still have it to this day.
Matter of fact, that was my first belt too. I no longer
it?
have it, but it was just thin as thin could be.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
Less than a millimeter thick.
I got it off of eBay, and I saw some people getting theirs curved, so I sent it off to somebody. I paid some guy, and he did a real nice curve on it, but you know,
Which you could have did yourself, just bend it over your knee.
I didn't. I just wanted to
Yeah.
make sure because I would have been the dummy that would have cracked it. You know, I didn't want to take any chances.
Right. Hey, Murphy's Law.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's that thing, and the gold plating is horrible on it.
Oh yes. Oh,
Horrible. Like it flakes every time I touch it.
but you got to remember Ben Howard says like, man, look at this, looks just like the real thing, and we
Right.
jumped on it.
Right.
You know,
I don't even think that was plating. I think that was paint. that they
gold
used.
paint. Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
I have to pull that thing out and the belt.
Oh my.
Um,
What are you pulling out, Ben?
yeah.
Man,
Um,
that's
dear.
nuts. That's
Oh,
nuts.
Nut hugging.
yeah,
Takes a lot of balls to say that.
yeah, it did.
Oh,
My first belt would have to be the Figs Inc. WWF Smoking Skull belt. And I let that slip out of my hands, no pun intended.
We're not going to make it to hour number 2, are we?
And I got
We
it
might.
back several years later in the Classic Shields version.
Okay. I'm with Ben and Andy on this. My first belt was the that really thin big gold with a flat plate. I had the Goldberg nameplate as well. I no longer have it. I didn't get a picture of it, but I did sell it so I could put money down on this belt right here, which was my first real replica, which was the Figs Inc. Dome Glow, which is one I wanted to begin with.
Sweet
And I got
belt.
that from John Barbarossa.
Beautiful.
Very happy. That one was,
I've gotten quite a few belts from John.
That's
too.
Ben's favorite.
yeah.
Shout out to John.
Yeah. And this one was my first re-leather. It was done by Ryan Stokes. He did my first re-leather. That guy got me wanting to learn how to do re-leathering. I was
Got
very
you
happy
hooked.
with it.
Got
So,
you hooked.
so appreciate him doing that for me. He's
Ryan's
no longer
another
taking
good
orders
guy.
anymore.
Yeah, I
not
read
taking
that.
He's working for companies now.
Yeah. Which is a bigger
You can't
thing. but
blame him. You know, he gets so busy and involved that he not neglects, but he barely has any time to, spend full time with the family too. Now he can do it.
Yeah. He's got 2 kids now, I think. He just wants to spend more time with his kids. So between, I don't know if he does a regular job other than the re-leathering for this.
Yeah,
big
he
companies.
does. He
Okay.
does.
So lightening his load. Can't blame him there. Yeah.
Right.
All right, Rock.
Dual plated Winged Eagle was your first. Nice. I got one of those. Got one of those.
Mhm.
Speaking of that, we're trying to get to 500 subscribers on YouTube channel. Once we get there, and I forgot to get the other picture, but this is a picture of the belt we're going to be giving away. This one actually is mine. I'm not giving this one away, but I got the plates identical to these. 4mm zinc, CNC. They will be on my leather with a belt tip, made by Unique Championship Belts. And once we get to 500 subscribers, we will be giving a belt exactly like this one away. And we are a little too far away. We're just under halfway there. We're about 216, 217, something like that. So if you're not already subscribed, please do so. Wide World of Belts YouTube channel. And once we get to 500, we'll figure out some way of doing a giveaway. So appreciate your consideration there. Next question. Where'd he go? I like this question. What is your best and worst belt buying experience?
Ooh, I already know this one.
When you have people baiting and switching.
What was your best and worst? I know what you're referring to, but what is for your personal experience?
Are you nut hugging, Richard?
My best experience, I mean, man, I have over 100 belts.
We'll get there.
I think a lot of it was dealing with John Barbarossa as far as best.
He's a good guy.
Worse is dealing with eBay.
Mm.
Because eBay is a blind crapshoot. I had a bad experience on the trade. That guy ripped me off. Never sent my belt. But yeah, it's my best experiences have always been with AJS. I've had good experiences with just private collectors too.
Mm-hmm.
But you be careful out here, guys, about the bait and switching.
Definitely.
Yeah.
There's
That's going
people
on.
out here that'll bait and switch you
Mm-hmm.
and then say they didn't do it.
It's not as frequent as other scams, but it is a common occurrence, unfortunately.
It's a scam. Bait and switching is a scam.
It is, absolutely.
If you're watching, I'm talking to you.
Yeah, CJ, I see what you're talking about there. I think you told me about this situation.
One of my bad experiences, I should say 2 bad experiences. I would have to say it was with trusting Alianas, whatever his name is, Anas.
Alianas. Yeah.
Alianas, 2 belts. They were ready to ship, and it was just a fiasco. And that one and another experience, got 1 belt, perfect. Ordered another one after the other, was terrible. that almost spoiled my experience to go with makers ever again.
I hear you.
Thanks to Ben, I was able to find a maker that really does it the way I want it, the work that I want it, and how I like the belts. I don't know about you guys. I like my belts just a little bit bigger than the normal.
That's what she said.
Oh.
That's
Yes.
most of the. That's a good portion of the hobby right there.
Yep.
Yes, exactly.
That experience right there almost made me
Yeah.
leave the hobby.
Good old
And
E
start
Dub.
posting.
That was a widespread issue.
For you guys that's new to the hobby, you wasn't here for that 2-year, 3-year span.
That widespread disease of E Dub.
Yeah.
Was that considered the herp of the hobby?
Mm,
He was the cancer.
Yeah.
yeah.
That could have taken the hobby down. It really could have.
It basically did. I mean,
Anas. It's pronounced Anas.
Yeah.
I said anus.
Some people call him that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I haven't had experience with. Is it Altair belts? Is that his group?
Altar belts. Altar
yeah,
belts.
that's where I got my international tag title from.
I've heard he does great work, and his customer service is what is the issue. Is what I've heard.
Now for mine, I had something picked out for the.
What's
see.
up,
Hello,
Gianni?
So Gianni,
Hey, Gianni. For my best, got to be Nawaz for my
Mm-hmm.
IWGP version 4. And here's what he did: great work, great price, everything. But right before that, I had another worst one picked out. You guys were talking, but this reminded me of it. A Weiss or a Waze Ascar from Premier Belt Bay. The only belt maker I know of to not screw up one IWGP version 4. He screwed it up. Then he made me another one. Was even worse. And, it was a bad situation. If it weren't for Jermaine, who helped me get through that whole mess. Thank you, Jermaine, if you're watching. Thank you over and over. But he didn't screw up just once, that belt.
Mendoza, there'll be no camels on this show.
I mean,
Man.
so that was an event.
No toe in Pundin.
Hey, Andy, did you have to get us simulcast on the other groups?
Oh, I'll do that right now. I apologize.
That's
Thank
okay.
you, sir. My bad.
That's okay.
You know how to do that, right? It's copy and paste. You got me, I got you now. Ha ha.
You're not the only one who forgets hit buttons. JP belts, yeah, that's another one that
Oh, yeah.
very
Oh, boy.
disappointed in.
That's
Right.
synonymous right
There's
there.
Stories a mile long on him and SM belts and mock belts.
Oh, mock.
My ex-wife is not on the subject tonight.
People talk about mock belts. There you go.
There we have it. Hello, Ethan.
There you go.
What's up,
Hey,
Ethan?
What's happening, man?
That Alpha has some junk in the trunk.
Mm.
Right below. Not gonna go there. I had a comment, but I'm not gonna go there.
I'll go on and go there.
No, I'm not going. I'm not
Oh,
going.
go
to
ahead.
There's enough heat over that. I'm not going to go there.
Oh,
Glad
yeah.
they watch it. Glad they watch it, Ethan.
O'Keefe, definitely mock belts.
Thank you, Johnny.
Yeah, mock belts was horrible.
They treated their customers like garbage.
Man,
About
there
that
was so
someone-
many stories about him.
Hi, Ashley.
There's Ashley.
Hey, Ashley.
I'm going to show you this, guys. This is a Father's Day gift I got from Ashley. All my kids got me great stuff. But this is a hobby-related thing. I needed a new thing to keep my tools in because I'm going to start doing kind of like Antonio Mendoza and trying to take some of my stamps and wrap some stuff around it, more padding, where I get a better grip. Don't have hand cramps. Because those what do you call those things that you hold them by? The shafts they'll give you hand cramps. Yeah. So she got me this.
Richard,
She got me this little mini toolbox,
that is nice.
which has a lid here, which I'll put all my stamps on the top shelf here, and then put some other miscellaneous tools inside the little drawers. But this is the cool part.
Wow.
Fancy.
I'm jealous.
It looks gold, but it's actually silver.
I
It
like
depends
that.
on the light.
Really
Looks
nice.
silver.
Way to go, Ashley. That's gorgeous.
This is the same treatment she gives those tumblers. Same
Actually,
treatment.
you might have something there with that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
I like
So,
that. I actually
O'Keefe,
like that.
O'Keefe, Mendoza, you guys, you might, hit her up. She could probably
That
fix
is
you up.
nice. That is
Very
really nice.
Way to go.
Shipping might be a little steep, but it's nice and heavy. But really love it. Thank you, Ash. Appreciate it.
Hey, Rylan.
They do. That's what they're called, shafts. That's what you're talking about. You hit
He's
with
a
the-
bad mother. Shut your
Shut
mouth.
your mouth.
Sit down. Sit down.
I heard if you eat bananas before, you won't get cramps.
It's perfect to me. But
Looks great, Ashley.
yeah, it was a Father's Day gift. I don't know, but okay. Did you all guys talk about your best and worst experiences?
Mhm.
Mhm.
You didn't.
Okay, so-
you didn't.
You didn't,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was
Well,
waiting
we all
on.
know where. I think we all know where Mark's worst was.
Well, we'll get there. We'll get there.
Oh,
But
okay.
my best experience is similar to Ben's. John Barbarossa. I showed you that Figs Inc. Dome Globe I got. I sold my paper thin Big Gold. I think I sold it for 150, and I put it down on a down payment for a Figs Dome Globe, which at that time, I think it was that last year they sold them. And John Barbarossa allowed me to make layaway payments on it. He does allow layaway. Some people do that. And I think after about 3 months, I made the final payment. He sent it to me. It got pretty quick, and I was very, very happy with it. And John, I know some people haven't had the best experiences with him, but most people I know have had great experiences with him.
He was great with me.
Yeah, I bought 2 or 3 belts from him, but that was my best experience. My worst experience, shoot, how much we got in the first hour?
Go.
We got about
Classic
20,
Shields. Classic
25
Shields.
months.
Yeah, Classic Shields. I won't go into all that, but a 25-month wait, hardly any communication. They went 2 or 3 months without communicating, and then once I got the plates, they rushed it at the end and didn't allow the plates to dry, the paint, and so when they wrapped them, the paint stuck to the plastic and it dulled the paint. So all I did was post a picture of those plates after I stripped the paint off of them and said, I'm going to have to paint these plates. That's all I said. And they went on the warpath, went on the attack. And so that just made for a very bittersweet buying experience because I was very, very happy with the plates, except for the paint issue. They did make it good. They did send me new plates out. I still have the old plates that I repainted. I may be selling those before too long.
They were very
But-
nice about it.
But the aggravation of them attacking me, posting lies, saying they did communicate with me. No, they didn't. It just made, and I ended up selling that belt. The joy of owning that belt was just gone after all that stuff. I ended up selling to Carmine. So that was my worst.
Yeah, shout out to John Barbarossa. I've always had a good experience with John. Matter of fact, we worked out a deal. I should be getting a new Raw tag next week sometime, or the week after.
Okay. Yeah, I
John
bought a couple belts off of him.
And if the shop had a sale, John would always match the shop's price.
Yes, he honors the shop's price. Yep.
I believe
Yeah, he does. And he offers sales. He offers events.
The
So
good
if
thing
you wanna-
about John is if you're an up and coming guy new to the hobby, that is your 100% best bet.
Yeah.
Instead of getting it bootleg, go to John, put $25 to $50 down, and pay a little bit every month.
I bought a
Until you pay
bootleg
it
off
off.
him, which was not the best, but it was a used belt. Those plates ended up getting stolen by somebody. I won't go into that, but I've always had good experiences with John. He's always gives great customer service, always friendly,
Definitely
makes
And
you
can
feel like
reach-
you're appreciated.
Yeah, you can reach out to him no matter what. And he answers
Yeah.
your questions within a few minutes.
Okay, question number 3. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Question 4. What is a belt that you don't have in your collection that you would add if you could?
Ooh, I got that one.
I had to think about this one, and I'm not sure I got the right answer, but I'll throw it
Since
out there. in a minute.
I am a huge Undertaker fan, I would say the first Undertaker legacy belt that came with the coffin. That is one that I want in my collection.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that would be definitely one I want in my collection.
Okay, Andy.
Like you, Mark, I had to think about it. And one I don't have that I wouldn't mind adding would be the NWA National.
That's a good one.
That's a
That's a
good
good
looking belt. Yeah,
That's that Thunderlip style. The
Mhm,
Thunderlip
yeah.
style. Yeah.
Yeah, I've always
Mhm.
liked that one.
Another great belt.
Mm-hmm.
Ben.
Hmm.
You can get the memo. It's that's a tough question.
It's a
good
tough question, and
Yeah.
considering that I pretty much have just about everything that I want.
Yeah, one you have to think about because we
Want
pretty
it?
much have what we wanted, and just there's always you know.
I'm drawing smoke. I'm drawing blank, man. I'll be honest with you. I mean,
I like what you did there.
there's not much here for me.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, platinum. You understand? I pretty much got everything that I wanted. Maybe. What is with you guys with the Dome Globe thing tonight, man? Is that
You have more than I do.
is that what it is?
When everybody knows how much you love that belt.
It's Dome Globe night.
Yeah, it is.
Right, exactly, Ricky. So it's. I mean,
That's a good one. I think about that one.
It's a good one.
I would change my answer to that, but I'll give you my original answer in a minute. So you still
Pass.
think it, or you just
pass. Just
okay? You gonna pass? Okay,
Yeah, pass.
Can I add to mine?
sure. But
Another
before you
belt
do that, before
Go
you
ahead.
do that,
In credits.
Another belt I have to add to that is the Stone Cold Legacy belt. That one with the big skull on it.
mhm.
That one I would love to add that to my collection.
Okay. Yeah, IWGP Feet 4. I had one and sold it because it just doesn't fit my collection. But it is beautiful. It's a heavy belt, but it's a very beautiful belt.
20-some pounds.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even think about the C4. I don't know why. I'd love to have one, but if I could add one other than that one, and I gave this a lot of thought, and I kind of have a two-part answer. I really thought for singles belt, I would like to have the big green. But made by the right person. I know that Vinny Carquito has several, and there's 2 or 3 of those that are better looking than the rest of them. But if that belt's made just right, it's a beautiful belt. It really is.
I know it was made thinner, but the thicker version is better.
Yeah, it's more beautiful, probably heavier, probably a lot more details with it. Now, if I was going to get a tag belt, I'd probably get the first version of the Road Warriors AWA tag, the one that Ben has back there.
The one that Kevin really.
Yeah,
Good question,
really wants it,
Jason. Good question, Jason.
I have pretty much every set I want. Like you guys probably follow my journey to get the J Crown. Nobody else has that.
Yeah.
Name somebody else that has the J Crown, which I'm considering selling too. The J Crown was like a 5 or 6 year project that I finally completed last year. Otherwise, I'd like to get another international tag. Well, there you go. International tag. I need to get the other one.
Good one, Joe.
Oh, Jeffrey? Yeah, there's a lot of belts out there. You get your indie promotions. You got AWA or AEW, AWA, NWA, WWF, WWC, IWGP.
If
New
there
Japan.
was a set of tags that I would want it would definitely be the demolition tags.
Classic tag would be a good belt for my collection since they got 2, 3 WWE titles. Yeah. CJ wants to know if you have a AAA or a WCW Cruiserweight belt.
I have a WCW Cruiserweight because that was part of my whole collecting of the J Crown. I also wanted to get the belts that Ultimo Dragon had. So
Oh, wow.
I do have the WCW Cruiserweight because remember, he won that after he won the October or the J Crown when the Ultimo Dragon was coming in the ring with 10 belts instead of 8. WCW Cruiserweight was one of those belts. So I do have a WCW Cruiserweight.
Andy, if you had to have a set of tag belts, which one would it be?
A set.
Like a must, very must for your collection.
Which version, Kirk? There's 2 or 3 different versions. You got the cast tag, you get the blue strap tags, you get the previous ones that the Andersons held back in the late 70s, early 80s. Looks like a Florida belt.
I wouldn't
All
mind.
of them good.
I wouldn't
all
mind
of them
having a
good.
set of the NWA tags with the blue strap that the Road Warriors had.
Mm-hmm.
That's a sweet set.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Oh,
Classic.
the blue ones. Yeah, like
Blue
Kurt
ones,
said,
okay.
the one that, like Andy said.
I got the cast and the blue. There you go, CJ. Okay. That's
You said you're working on some Ultimo Dragon?
what he said. Yep.
Yeah.
And I forgot what the question was. What was the original question? Oh, that was okay. Jason's question. Okay. All right. And then we'll go to our final question. I
Good-
like this one
good
too.
Good answer.
What are
Jeffrey.
some of your other hobbies? This is a family show, so keep that in
We
mind.
can't talk
Oh,
about
I was gonna put the link to my OnlyFans up.
There you go. Yeah.
Well, mine has to do with a mask.
Oh boy.
Family show.
If I had to say hobbies other than collecting the belt hobby, I would have to say music. I like to I used to be a DJ back in the day.
I didn't know
So
that.
I like to mix music and stuff like that. When my son was born, I sold all my equipment because got to become a dad, got to let things go. But music will always be with me.
Okay, that's not bad. Andy,
Well, I collect something called pressed pennies. You go traveling somewhere and they got, you put in 2 quarters and a penny and just started doing it years ago when we went to Gatlinburg and been kind of hooked on it ever since.
Cool.
It's a lot of
nice.
fun.
We used to do that in New York for free, but we'd have to run away.
All right.
Jason knows what I'm talking about. You laid on the train track and run
Oh, yeah.
away,
Yeah.
and come back and see it.
Ben, or not Ben, Andy, you talk about the press pennies. Some of these places now they don't do that, or they have that plus the they call it the pressure thing where they create a 3D cast of something.
Yeah.
Kind of like
Oh
3D
yeah,
printing.
yeah.
And most of the machines are always where you, like I said, you put in the 2 quarters and the penny and you crank it. A lot of them now you just put in a credit card and they do it all there. You don't have to put your own penny in or anything. So
Mark, wasn't
Okay.
that the wax thing? It made it out of wax.
No, it's plastic. It was I
Oh,
can't
you mean-
think of the
you're
I
talking
can't
about
think of the term.
you mean the Motomatic machines?
Yeah.
Yes,
Motomatic,
that's
yeah,
it. That's it.
Yeah.
That's it.
They're not as wide as they were like in the 70s they were.
No.
It
Everywhere.
depends on what the attraction is.
Good luck
Yeah.
finding them.
Yeah.
When you were a kid and you went to the aquarium, that was the coolest thing. You wanted the shark.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
But I
You
like
know
the
what?
press pennies too. You put 50 cents plus a penny, 51 cents. And,
Yeah.
They
Mhm.
Hey,
don't
you know
provide
what?
the penny.
You know what, Ethan?
There you
I
go.
actually worked at nightclubs when I was younger. From the age of
Ah, okay.
18 up to my son was born.
Was that a
We're
line?
talking about your pole dancing days.
Oh
Nah.
boy. Now, Richard,
Well-
when you were DJing, would you use that line during your DJing about host to coast, host to host?
No, I had another line, but that's another story.
Oh, okay.
Can you share with the class?
Yeah.
Well, I did work at a kind of a nightclub that had a pole on it, in it.
Oh,
That was one of the places I worked at, the last places I worked at.
But you played music at these places, right?
And I played music, and
Yeah.
you know,
I got you.
the rest is right there.
Ben, you have any other hobbies?
I collect like GI Joe, Transformers,
Well, Steve?
Voltron, Thundercats,
Cool.
a lot of Chicago jerseys and stuff like that.
Very nice.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm
Very nice.
not into much more than that.
I have a collection of seashells that are scattered all over the beaches of the country. And so anytime you're at the beach, you see that. That's my collection. No, I like, and I don't devote as much time to this hobby as I used to because there's no place to go for this around here. Not as many places you used to be able to do. But I still like my pistols, like go out and shoot pistols and ride my Harley. I got a
you
Harley.
still like shooting dressers?
Well,
No, that was a one-time
Mark,
thing.
I just want to let you know, I do have a Desert Eagle 45.
Oh, that's a major weaponry right there.
Yeah.
9mm.
Yeah, 9mm.
Okay, cool. That's cool, Gianni. But no, I like to ride my Harley. As a matter of fact, I haven't got it out yet this year. It's sitting there in the building collecting dust. I pressure wash it this weekend, take it up for a ride maybe this weekend.
I hope you drink out of them first.
Oh, the beer signs?
No, Mendoza's comment.
Oh, cans. Okay, yeah. All kinds of cans. Yeah. So those are some questions we've gotten from viewers. And if you have any questions for us, just you can send them to me, send them to any of the guys, and we'll put some up on the air and see if we can answer them. So enjoyed that. Appreciate your input on that. I need to set up an email address for the show so people can send in questions or suggestions, things like that.
Fan mail, you know, if you have a kidney, I can borrow for a while. I appreciate that too.
Yeah, he went to rentakidney.com.
Yeah.
So that's Hobby Q&A tonight. Thank you very much for your participation in that. Get rid of these things real quick, and then we'll
Don't you collect dartboards as well, Gianni? No, serious question.
Okay. So another thing I wanted to do, and I got to tip my hat to Stephen Hammer. He put a post out there in a couple of the groups, and I thought it was a pretty good post. It gives some tips on how to enjoy the hobby. It's kind of like a Q&A, but it's just some ideas here. We'll get. I added 2 or 3 things to this. This is the number one thing to enjoy the hobby is stay out of the drama.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of drama. There's been some drama coming the last couple of weeks. It just seems like it's just part of the hobby. And I understand that other hobbies have this issue too, but it seems like with this hobby, it gets pretty darn nasty. Somebody's accused of something, and instead of defending themselves, they'll attack the other person. You got scamming going on. You got this personal attacks, just all sorts of stuff. I've been a victim of that. We've all been victims of that. But that's a good rule to live by, is just to stay out of the drama, stay away from it. And I've kind of gotten pulled into some of that, but I'm trying to turn over a new leaf and stay away from that because it's not a good thing. It's not a good thing.
That's just great advice to live by, Stephen.
It is.
I mean,
it is.
that's we're all getting up there in age. We know this, guys, and it gets old after a while.
I don't know, Gianni, but it wouldn't be up for
Jesus.
sale. So don't bother asking.
I would have to say my Mr. Miyagi rope belt from JCPenney's, $4.99.
Wax on, wax off.
Johnny knows about that.
Mark, it's only hour number 1.
I know.
One belt, actually, I would have to say my big gold WCW.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'd probably take my jacked NWA Dome Globe because I could get it would probably be that one or my custom I just showed you earlier. Tough choice.
Of course, I would have to pick that WGP version 4. It's only like 25 pounds, and try to get out in emergencies near impossible. But
Yeah.
I love that belt.
Okay. Next thing, and this is something a lot of people they struggle with it. They just do. Buy what you want, but buy what you can afford.
Exactly. Don't put a belt purchase
yes.
over the utilities and
Right. We see a lot of people that buy up all the belts
Never
and
do
they
that. Don't
get
ever
overloaded
do
with
that.
belts, and all of a sudden you have a bill comes due, they can't pay it. They got to sell the belts. They start all over again. This happens to a lot of people. It's a common thing. This is a hobby. This is not a life. It's a hobby. Treat it that way.
I mean,
Keep a budget. Like I said earlier, there is layaway available with some people. John Barbarossa offers layaway.
Yep.
Save your money, but pay.
Some
those
guys
bills
in the
first.
hobby are good enough to do layaway with you as well.
Yeah.
I mean, they're willing to work with you too.
Damn it, Bobby, you keep bringing that up. But yeah, a lot of people get themselves in a financial bind by just buying up belts without giving it a second thought, and things come up. It just happens.
One
It's
more
fine.
word of advice off this area right here. Do not go into credit card debt because you
Right.
want to have all these belts.
Right. It's not worth it.
There you go. Nick says it best right there.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep, John, you did.
Mm.
Like a kid in the candy shop. And these belts are they're nice and shiny, they're beautiful, and it's just easy to get caught up in it. I gotta have this one, I gotta have that one.
Yeah.
I wanted one belt when I got started, and I got over 20.
I don't know about you guys, but I've been getting rid of certain belts to get belts I want now.
Yeah.
Before I wanted every belt that I seen. Now I'm trying to get the belts that I really want in my collection.
Yeah. Oh Lord. I don't know about that.
Yeah, buy
Yeah,
what you
Kirk,
can
that-
afford. If you can only afford the plastic versions of the belts, they display perfectly just like a replica belt. You don't have to go and break the bank.
Right. Divorces can be cheaper.
Exactly.
Live within your budget. Keep in mind, again, it's a hobby. These belts don't. I mean, and I told this to the guys in private. Once we leave this earth and we end up, hopefully, up there, St. Peter's not going to care what your belt collection looks like.
Mm-hmm.
They're not going to care if it's American made, an elite belt, or a boot, or whatever. Belts it doesn't matter. These are just things. They're zinc, they're brass, they're leather.
They're metal and leather.
Yep.
Use your discretionary income to buy a belt. Don't use your bill paying money, your job money or anything like that. Just put some money back.
Pay your bills. Pay your bills first, and put a little aside each time.
Absolutely. So enough preaching about that. Here's another one. Buy from whomever you want. And this is another point of contention in the hobby where you have some people who will look down on certain belts because they're made by certain people. But if you're happy with the belt, buy it. If you can afford it, buy it. It doesn't matter because that's your collection. That's not anybody else's collection.
Yep.
So unless they're buying your belt for you, they really have no right to tell you who should be buying from. Or that's not to say that if some people see you're going to buy from somebody that's been accused of scamming, they're going to say something.
Yep.
Hey, don't buy from that guy. But just for the sake of saying I don't like that guy, don't buy from that guy. He's a bum. He sells trash belts. If you're happy with the belt, that's all that matters. So don't let someone else rob your joy of buying a belt you want.
If you want one belt and your favorite belt is the big gold, buy a C4.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If you only want one belt in your collection,
Absolutely, absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good point. That's a very good point. Absolutely. These things have been treated like idols by some people,
Mm-hmm.
and that's the thing you don't want to fall into. You just don't want. They can
When
be
I
considered
leave this
full-time.
earth, my whole room goes to my son. My
Yeah.
entire collection.
Yeah, when I'm gone, I'm not sure what's going to happen with these belts. My kids, my wife don't want them, so. But yeah, but buy from whoever you want to, as long as they're legit, as long as they don't rip you off.
Watch out for people baiting and switching.
I'm getting to that. I added that. That's on the list.
Okay.
You're getting ahead of me here.
Sorry.
Do reference checks. Do reference checks. If you don't know the person, don't use friends and family. Get references. Sometimes those don't always work out because we know people recently who have been upstanding people in the hobby that turned out to be shady people. It just happens. But do reference checks. Do your due diligence. Ask around. Don't just ask one or two people. Ask several people. Is this guy good? Has he been
Yep.
has he been accused of scamming you before? It's your money. I mean, these things aren't cheap. So do your due diligence. Don't just throw your money out the window.
Yeah, when in doubt, go to John Barbarossa.
Yeah.
John Barbarossa.
And this is one that comes up almost every day. And we're going to talk about that in the second hour. We had an issue come up. If you don't like someone else's belt, there's no need to comment on it.
Just
Just scroll on by. Because first of all your comments going to do is to serve to make you look like a jackass.
nothing positive is going to come from it.
No, nothing
I'm
positive. And you're not
I'm
going to
gonna
hurt the other person's feelings.
I'm going to take this from Kevin. What about just saying congrats, man? What if that's the only thing they can afford?
Mhm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Remember yourself when you first started collecting belts and that very first belt you bought, it might have not been perfect, but you raised up enough money to buy it yourself. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yep, that's true too. But
I remember that.
yeah, this came up this week, and I'll talk. There's a situation came up that I think it was a Ben's group, and it's gone now, but had a new belt day, and somebody decided to take a dump all over it, and we'll talk about that in the second hour. But don't be that
It's like
person.
it's like your mother used to say when you were a kid. If you don't have nothing nice to say, don't say it.
I'll say it.
Absolutely. But there's no need to say something. I've seen a lot of belts out there that I'm thinking, I don't think I'd have bought that belt, but hey, if it makes them happy, it's in their collection. That's all that matters.
We've actually seen people who left the hobby because of the comments like that
Mhm.
Yeah.
and sold their collections.
Yep.
There is a difference between critiquing and just trashing it.
Just being mean.
But if somebody's just showing off a new belt day, I mean, congratulate and move on.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Happy for you.
Congrats.
Happy for you.
And move on.
Absolutely. You can critique in the review. When you do a review, it's open for critique because they're critiquing the belt too. But if they're posting a new belt day, congratulate, move on, or just move on. Nothing needs to be said there.
I like that one. Yeah, Platinum didn't ask it today, so Gianni asked it.
And Platinum's watching. I think he finally wore him down. If a belt maker tells you that a belt will be ready in 2 months, expect it to be 3 or more. That is what
totally
I refer
agree
to as
with
the
that. Yes.
2 weeks bro index.
Yep.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Makers, for the most part, are okay. There are a few makers out there that will make you promises that they just, for some reason, cannot or will not keep.
Oh, yes.
So expect to wait. Now, don't expect to wait 25 months unless you're ordering from Classic Shields.
Mendoza,
don't
that's
start
another
anything.
way to do it. That's another way. I like that.
What's that?
Mendoza's
okay.
got another way. That you
Yeah.
can just say that. Congratulations.
There you go. Yeah. Now that it's a shame you have to do that, but yeah.
Mhm.
But again, ask for references on makers. I mean, there's some makers. Now, that's not to say that every maker doesn't have a bad day or a bad week. It happens. I mean, my makers I deal with constantly, they've had bad belts, they've had bad weeks. They've been a little late. That's just part of the industry standard. But there are some makers out there that have constant issues. You want to avoid those people. But if you have a maker that says I can have it ready in 2 months, ask around. Say, are they usually pretty good? We'll finish just an hour or two. Yeah. With that, we're going to go to hour number 2. You're watching Span the Globe on the Podcast Mafia Network. Welcome back to Span the Globe. This show is sponsored by Mark Leather Championship Beaver Leathering, by Ashley Southern Designs, and by Unique Championship Belts. And be sure to tune in Saturday for the Double Dropkick podcast. He's on every Saturday night. Does great interviews. And he had the what's that chicken guy again? I keep forgetting the name of that chicken guy.
Mr. Bojangles.
Oh my
Mr.
God,
Mr.
Mr. Bojangles.
Yeah.
The chicken guy.
Chicken.
Yeah, well, I can remember chicken. Well, there's a song named Mr. Bojangles. Sammy Davis Jr. sang that. But I can't remember what his topic is this Saturday night. But be sure you tune in. It's going to be a great show as
It'll be
always.
a great
He does
show
a great
no matter
job.
what.
And I want to give it.
believe
and I want-
he's got the guys from WrestleFest on. The guy from
That's right.
WrestleFest.
That's right.
Yep.
That's right. But I want to take this time out to give Kevin Davenport with the Double Dropkick Pass a special thank you for the graphics he does for the show, and also for our new end credits that will be debuting tonight after the show. He did a great job with it. Did it overnight, just real quick. So really, really appreciate that.
Yeah. Shout out to Kevin. Thanks for the help last week.
Definitely. That was great.
Yes. And thank you for standing in last week, and also Ethan Thompson for sitting in last week.
Thank you, Phil, if you're watching,
and
also
Phil.
for
Phil,
joining
yes,
us.
Yeah, I
Thanks,
forgot
guys.
who was on there because I wasn't watching the show. I was vacation with family. Had a great time, by the way. If you're watching us on YouTube, that portion of the show is made possible by the Brothers of Kayfabe podcast, who share the expense of the StreamYard subscription, which allows us to afford this a little bit more easily, where we can bring this to you on multiple platforms, and we really appreciate that. Speaking of YouTube, we're trying to get to 500 subscriptions, and we're at 216. It's totally acceptable. We want to get to 500. Once we do, we're going to give away this beautiful CNC 4mm dual-plated Winged Eagle by Unique Championship Belts on my leather. This one is mine, but I got one identical to it that's waiting for leather. I'll be putting on leather. We'll have a belt tip. But we got to get to 500 subscribers first. Once we do, we'll figure out some way of giving this beautiful belt away. It is absolutely beautiful. I'm very happy with mine. I also have this figure, the Powertown figure, Vern Gagne. This is V2, not the one with the arms and legs falls off. I'm asking. I've got it on eBay listed for $70 shipped. But if you'll message me and use the keywords STG, Spanning the Globe, I'll let you have this for $65 shipped. And I have it right here. So I'd like to find a home for this. Powertown Vern Gagne. It comes with a belt, comes with a towel, comes with the extra hands for different poses. So let's catch up on the you were weird the first hour. You guys couldn't wait.
Yeah, I was born this way.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I
I'm
stick
happy
with
with
Unique.
stick with them.
I stick with Unique. I stick with not who's the other one?
Dream
Tanvir
Championship
Kershid.
belts.
Dream. Yeah, I was trying to think of his names. Tanvir Kershid with Dream Championship belts. Now that's not to say they don't have bad days. They do. They don't have very often, but they do
Yeah,
have. them.
everyone has a bad day.
Everyone has a
you
bad
know.
day. Yes. Yeah,
There you go.
it's not good at all. Not good at all. Let's continue with our discussion of how to enjoy the hobby. Piggybacking off our previous point, if you order a belt from a maker, don't expect it to be made and done in a week. We've had makers that will promise that.
Oh, yes.
Don't fall for that, because
Cool.
you're either going to want you're going to wait 4 or 5 months, or 2, you're going to get a trash belt.
Exactly.
A week
Or you'll
is
get
not
somebody
realistic.
else's belt.
Yeah, exactly. A week is not realistic to make a belt from scratch, so be leery of that. Be
2
very
weeks,
leery
bro.
of that. Yeah. Get you on the. Thank you, Nick. Appreciate that. Rachel, we're gonna be at the gathering. Do we have the music?
Oh man, I didn't know.
There
we
go.
The chicken is okay. Yeah. Retro Studios. That's right. That's right.
Retro Studios. Yep. Retro Wrestling.
We're still family friendly.
We try to be.
Yeah, we try to be. Yeah, try to be. We go off on rabbit trails every so often. Yeah, X-Man belts are good. Mustafa Hussein. I've heard mixed reviews on him, but for the most part, it's worked pretty good from what I hear.
It was pretty good.
Whatever Ben Walker has for sale.
Nothing right now. Oh, I do have a new belt coming.
Right?
I do. So my IWGP V2 will be going up for sale.
Oh, okay.
Forgot about that.
Very nice.
That'll be going up for sale.
Retro Mania Wrestling. The guy, Michael Herman.
I've
owner
downloaded
of
that game and I can't
Retrosoft
win.
Studios.
I've
It's actually
downloaded it
pretty
from-
cool. It gives me Nintendo NES vibes.
Okay, I'm getting the graphic for it now. Give me a second. I downloaded the game from a PS5 and I tried to play it, but I got to learn it. I got to spend more time with it. But I can't win a match for some reason.
I haven't played that game since I think I played it like 2 months when I downloaded it. They had a physical copy, I believe.
This is on Double Drop Kick on Saturday night. Michael Herman of Retrosoft Studios, and he'll be talking about his Retromania wrestling game. It's a cool game. It's just, for me, it's difficult because I haven't spent that much time playing it.
And it's always updating. They're adding new characters to the game too.
Cool. Thanks for sharing that, Kevin. Appreciate it. Johnny Nitro.
Yes.
That's good. That's good to know. Our next tip, and this is, I think, Steven's last tip, and I added on to this, but this is a good tip to live by. If you don't like someone, you can block them.
No,
But
sir.
I want to add to this because I've been blocked by a couple people. One unblocked me. We had a conversation, had a good conversation. We've kind of shared information back and forth, and I got blocked again. But the funny part about it is if we're not in the same groups, we're not going to see each other's posts. Blocking me is a lot like putting a blindfold on a guy that has no eyes, can't see. So if you're going to block somebody, be smart about it. I mean, if they're harassing you, that's fine. But if you're weak to the point that seeing somebody else's posts bother you, then fine, block people. But I just think that's weak. But I block people because they're vulgar, that they're abusive. You don't have to put up with that. But if you don't like somebody, you can block them. But be smart about it. Be selective about it. And that's all of Stephen Hammer's. And thank you, Stephen Hammer, for sharing that post.
Great list, Stephen.
Yeah,
I
thanks,
stole
Steve.
that. I stole that to put on the show, so I hope you
Very
don't
true.
mind.
Very true.
So I added a couple of things on here, and I'm going to get to the point that that Ben brought up earlier. If you sell a belt, be prepared to ship by the next day,
Mhm.
or if it's on a Friday, be sure you mail it on a Monday, and be sure to ship the product you advertised. No bait and switch.
Yep.
This has been done. As a matter of fact, supposedly it's been done recently. Ben received PM from somebody saying that this has been pulled on them. And sent
Not
some
cool.
pictures.
Not cool.
But
Ben,
this
you,
person will swear that he didn't bait and switch, but the evidence is there.
pictures don't lie.
Yeah, the evidence is there.
I have blocked you a couple times, Johnny. I have.
Hey, it could have been worse. You could have got a map of the world in the box.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
that's not cool, man. In people like that will play victim
Mhm.
that they didn't do nothing wrong.
Yeah.
I'm talking to you. You're watching. I know. You're watching. I know. keeps blaming me for his downfall. But it's always my fault.
Yeah.
Be real with people, man.
That's something else. People make mistakes in the hobby, and they make mistakes in life. Sometimes those things kind of overlap. And if you're called on it, the worst thing you can do is to take shots at the other person. If you're in the wrong, you're wrong. But beating your chest saying, I do this, I do that, you do this, you do that, it doesn't negate the fact that you did something wrong. But there are a few people in the hobby that for some reason their pride stands in the way, will not allow them to admit that they were wrong. Admitting you're wrong is not admitting weakness. I mean, you're going to show more courage by admitting wrongdoing.
Right.
But
it's like Gianni said, if you can't get your canoe out of the garage, or the garage door doesn't open.
Yeah, that happened one time. Yeah. Back to this point. But yeah, there's some people that are slow about shipping, and this particular comment here, this point here, actually both things apply to the same person, who I won't name because that got me in a bind with him. So
yeah, Kevin, I agree with you.
But ship promptly, pay promptly. If you're buying a belt, pay promptly, because if you offer to buy a belt, they say, okay, sold, send them the money. If you sit there and wait 2 or 3 days, they're losing a sale. Because some people, they're selling a belt, they'll have 2 or 3 inquiries. Money first. First person with the money.
I quit holding for people unless they pay me a deposit.
Yep. That's just common sense. No holds. And here's another one that's been a prevalent thing. Keep your personal issues out of the hobby.
Mm-hmm.
We've all struggled in our lives at some point. There's no sense in dragging into the hobby. We've had people, well, I won't get into a whole lot of detail, but there's been people hitting other people up for money. Just a lot of charity requests out there. That does not belong in the hobby. And the reason I say that is because we're here trying to and we're telling people to be careful with your money, save your money, buy the belts. I mean, that's what we're here for. We're not here to for 10 cents the cost of a cup of coffee a day, sponsor somebody. And that's not minimizing their personal tragedies they're going through life. That it is tragic, it's sad, and I offer prayers for those people. But personal issues have no business being in the hobby. That's not what people are here for.
It's like like I said, it goes back to life comes first. Don't buy what you can't afford.
Yeah. Absolutely. But that's been a thing that's come up several times in the last several months as people are falling on hard times, and so they're relying on people in the hobby to get them through that, which has caused some issues down the line. And that's why it's just a good rule of thumb. If you have personal issues, keep that to your personal Facebook pages. I mean, surely you got a circle of people that can support you in that. Yeah. Most of us don't know each other that well enough to trust you with our money. Mm-hmm. I've seen people donate to people's causes only to have them do things differently with the money. I've seen people loan people money and get chewed out for asking for the money back. Let's just don't go down the road. Don't go down the road. If you have a family member who's sick, I would offer prayers. Prayers can be powerful. But I'm sorry, most of you I don't know well enough to hand you money. Mm-hmm. I'm here to buy belts.
I agree with you.
I'm here to buy belts. Exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Exactly.
Dude's got that good comment too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yep.
We
I
can.
agree, Kev.
Mm-hmm. I'm not your daddy. I'm not your mother. But, and I've had personal tragedy in my life. I've had some unfortunate things come up. I got a church for that. I got family. I got friends. I got a very strong base of people who I rely on to help me when I need it.
I mean, don't get me wrong. Like you're saying, Mark, what we mean by keeping it at a hobby, there might be somebody out there that literally has an issue. Like me, Mark, Andy, Ben, we've never met in person. They don't know my private life. They don't know what I go through. I'm sure there's people out there that really have issues and need help, but the hobby is not the place to share that with.
Right. We're here to enjoy the hobby.
Yeah, the hobbies are escape from our,
Exactly.
things that bring us down in our personal life. The hobby, wrestling and the belts, that's my escape.
They do. They do. And they let sick people in hospitals. They do. That's the best reference I can come up with. People say that I don't go to church because there's sinners in there. Well, church was made for sinners, just like hospitals were made for sick people.
Mhm.
So that's what I live by. And finally, we come to our last point, and I made this point. This is mine. This is a hobby, as I mentioned before. Don't let the hobby overpower your personal life. Maintain a healthy balance. Once I turn this camera off, I have a chat with these guys. I go on about my business. I play my Meet a Quest. I play some golf. I talk with my wife. I talk with my son. Pet my pets, my dogs. We need that balance in our life. But there are some people who rely on this hobby to thrive in their lives, and that's not a healthy thing.
Yeah,
So
my family
maintain a
comes
healthy
before
balance.
My hobby.
Step away from the hobby for a day or two. It's not going to kill you. I
Nope.
promise. It won't kill you.
Nope.
Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Appreciate that. But there are some people who this hobby is their entire existence. I mean, thankfully, there's a handful of people that applies to. But, these belts are just things. They're just things. I got family that mean more to me than these belts.
Mhm.
And if
Definitely.
it came down to my losing my wife or losing my belts, I'm gonna miss her. But
Family always. Whoops.
Watch out, the shoe's coming.
I'm kidding, guys. Kidding. Put the gun down. No, but I mean, your family should be more to you than your belts.
Family should always come first.
Yeah. So keep a healthy balance. Enjoy your family. Enjoy your real life. Enjoy this hobby when you have the spare time. That's what hobbies are for spare time.
Yeah, just
It's
remember
escape.
your hobby is to escape the reality of the real world.
Exactly. I didn't know you left the hobby. So again, tip of the hat to Stephen Ham for sharing those tips. I added those last 3 to myself, but those are good things to live by.
Mhm.
And if you want to watch this replay later to kind of remind yourself what those things are, or look up Stephen Hammer in the groups. He put a post up in a couple of the groups. I think Inner Circle was one of them. I can't remember what the other one was, but very good wisdom to live by. So appreciate Stephen Hammer sharing that with us. So we spent over almost an hour and a half talking about belts. We normally don't do that. It does. Yep.
There you go.
Yep. Got some topics to talk about outside of the hobby, wrestling related. As I mentioned earlier, we had a situation come up where we had a new belt day, and Talmadge, who's watching it tonight, Deuce Legends, he had a new belt day. Very nice belts. They're boot belts, but I couldn't tell by looking at the pictures. But hang on a minute, let me find my. Here we go. Get my folder up. Thought I had it. And this happened. New belt day. I don't have a picture of the belts. Oops, I got to take the banner down. And this guy, and I can't read it. Can you guys read that?
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. I'm at full screen. Okay. He says absolute ripoff for a effing bootleg. Okay. Again, if you don't like the belt, scroll on. There's no need to make a trashy comment like that. Those belts look nice. And if he hadn't said they were made by a Pakistani maker, I would have thought they were shot belts on real leather, which they are on real leather. But I couldn't tell the difference. But this guy had a trash on that. And from what I understand, this guy lurks in the groups. His name is Paul Willis. He's not in Wide World of Belts. He won't be allowed in Wide World of Belts. I don't know about the other groups, but he was in CBB. That's where this post was made, was in CBB. And as I understand it, Ben, he's been banned from the group.
He was removed.
He was escorted out the door.
Good.
And he was not. He didn't wave goodbye to everybody and say, "Hey, I got to go." He was hurled out the street for that stupid comment.
He was fired out of a rocket.
Yep. So don't be that guy, because you look like a jackass, plain and simple. And I'm trying to keep the language clean.
and that wasn't the first. That wasn't the only post that he attacked. Either he had went after somebody else's post too. So he seems to be an angry person that is going around trolling into people's posts. So
There are people that do that.
Mhm.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
it's in the hobby. I see them all the time, and
But they, if I see it by group, out they go. And that happened one time with a guy, and the post wasn't even a new belt day. Some guy who's in our group, and he used to do this almost every day, but now he does periodically after this happened. He'll just go randomly find Google Images, post belts he just likes, just for people's opinions. And somebody who claimed to have a copyright flew all over the guy. I was gone to lunch, didn't see it till I got back, and a lot of damage was done. And so he was removed from the group, and I asked him to show us proof of his copyright or his trademark, and he's still looking for the paperwork.
He's still looking. After all
Still
this time,
looking.
he's still looking.
Still looking. And but I got him to shut up because he came after me. He said, "How could you allow that stuff?" I said, "Allow what?" He said, "That guy's promoting my copyrighted stuff." I said, "That's a Google image. It's free reign."
So I'm
And,
like, dude, it's not serious. You can find it on the internet.
Yeah. And I said, just speaking of your trademark, can you show me your paperwork? All of a sudden, he didn't have anything to say. So that's another episode that we had a while back. But yeah, don't be that guy. It's just trashy. I do have a bit of good news. This came up yesterday, as I think we reported on this a couple weeks ago. Jim Ross entered the hospital for cancer treatment. Was it colon cancer, or what kind of cancer was it?
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer.
Mm-hmm.
But I am happy to announce that he is cancer free. He announced
Awesome.
today.
Awesome.
He's confirmed he's 100% cancer free. So that's great news. He's been through a lot. He had the Bell's palsy.
Yeah.
And
He lost his
his
dear
wife.
wife a few years ago to a vehicle accident.
car
unfortunately.
accident. Yeah.
He's been fired from WWE over something that was beyond his control, although they say otherwise. But he's been through a lot. But he's one of the legendary announcers, WCW, WWF, Mid South.
Mhm.
But very happy that he's now cancer free.
Definitely.
What would ring announcement be without JR? What would it
Yeah.
have been? You know what I mean?
I don't know. Oh no.
I believe it was. Yep. Nope.
Yeah.
I can fix that for you if you want me to.
Yeah. You got hair trigger on that. Also, what else
Ben's
we
got his finger on the red button, and it's not for a
Yeah.
Diet Coke.
Yeah. This also came up, and I'm gonna steal this picture. Somebody posted this, but it came out a day or two ago that Ric Flair, who we all know is notorious for his alcohol consumption, has been removed from many restaurants and bars because he has this issue with defecating himself.
That picture.
He is
Huh?
blacklisted in North Florida because of it.
Is he really?
Yep.
Why am I not?
Everybody knows the word got around to all the places that he went to.
There we go. Yeah. It's just really sad because first, he almost died from alcohol overdoing alcohol abuse. He got healthy. He stayed away from it, but he got into it again. And I mean, this is even almost as bad.
Well, I understand too. He's showing up to a lot of these restaurants drunk when he shows up, so he's hard to deal with from the time he gets there. And then this. And
Yeah.
It's
It's just really sad because
it is.
he's such a legend, but he's really harming his legend or his legacy.
We're headed for a bad ending.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But that's the ending he's wanting. He's wanting to go out in the blaze
Yeah,
of glory.
yeah.
If he ever quits drinking, he will pass because of withdrawal. I mean, because he's a big drinker. He admits it.
Yeah. But he's that frat boy that never got out of the fraternity. He's still in the fraternity. If you watch the
Fraternity,
30 for 30 about that, it explains it all.
I mean, he started the fraternity. If you look at it,
You know, 73-year-old fraternity person or however old he is.
Yeah, he's doing the Ric Flair drip, the marijuana thing now. But I still hate to hear this. You know, on
know,
the
it
surface,
all-
it's kind of
it-
funny, but if you look
It all
back at it,
depends on the situation, though.
yeah. But I mean, if you think about it, I mean, it's funny on the surface, but if you think about his legacy, his history, it's just really sad to see him just fall apart like this.
Such
It
a
really
legend
is.
have that, yeah.
Oh no! I'll put that up there. I'll put that up there. But yeah, I just hate to hear that, and hope he can straighten up his act. Although at his age, it's not likely.
It's a shame.
Yeah, it is. It's really a shame. And this was interesting. You know, Cody Rhodes and Kevin Owens fought over that winged eagle. You know, Kevin Owens stole it from him, and they fought over it. What am I doing? I can't talk and do it at the same time. But just the other day, you know, Cody Rhodes has a podcast now, and on that podcast, Kevin Owens came on as a guest, and turns out they're actually really good friends. And Cody gifted Kevin Owens that winged eagle belt. Welcome to the belt hobby, Kevin Owens. Yeah,
even the cat said how.
yeah. But
Really, Chris?
yeah. But you know that winged eagle was supposedly a shop belt. So Kevin Owens now owns a shop belt. So welcome to the hobby, Kevin Owens. You're welcome to join Wide World of Belts or CBB or Levels Wrestling Belts. He only took it because Cody signed it. Yeah.
I just want to go real back on that Ric Flair thing. The only thing that I'm afraid of Ric Flair happening to Ric Flair is somebody's going to find him unconscious, and it's going to be the end of him.
That's the scary
He's
part.
probably going to suffer the same ending his son had, his son Reed. He'll probably die in a motel somewhere.
Mm-hmm. And it's not nice to say, but that's
No.
the fate it's gonna happen.
But-
I mean, I don't want
but
it to happen,
But that's the way he wants to go out that way. He doesn't want to go out, you know, rock on a porch. And I can respect that, but let's not harm our legacy in the process.
I agree.
That's my biggest concern. I mean, he's going to die. That's a given. He's going to die. When? I don't know. He's on borrowed time as it is, but don't harm your legacy on the way out.
you're in your legacy, and you're a legend.
Yeah. We're not talking
You know
about
what I
Hogan,
mean?
Jim. We're not talking
You
about
lived
Hogan.
that life when you were on the road, when you were in your prime. You lived the life. Now it's time to slow it down a little and enjoy the rest of your life.
Right. Jim, we're not talking about Hogan. We're talking about Kevin Owens.
Right?
That could be Gianni. I think it, you know,
He'll go
stress-
his body will go through withdrawal.
Yeah. His body is stressed from the alcohol. Once he quits drinking alcohol, the stress will be gone, and it's a whole new set of problems.
Yes, Ricky. I noticed that right away. I looked at my wife. I said, "Did you see that?" She's like, "Yep."
Was that on SmackDown?
That was Raw.
Raw. Okay, I haven't been watching it. I'm part of why their views are down. Let's talk about that for a bit. You know, they're in Saudi Arabia. They're on their way right now. They're going to have SmackDown and Raw in Saudi Arabia, plus the PLE this weekend. You know, with what's going on in the Middle East right now with Iran and Israel shooting rockets at each other, I mean, this is risky. It really is,
Right.
It is.
in my opinion.
Hey, Tyler, what's going on, man?
Little Tyler?
So
Hi,
How
brother.
you doing, buddy?
Hi, brother.
Hey, brother.
Get away from TikTok for a little bit. But I mean, the Middle East has been, you know, at civil unrest for decades and centuries. And
Always will be.
yeah, and we're going over there just for money. But at this point in time, you're risking lives. I mean, we're not talking about rockets going from Iran or Israel, or whatever.
What about
We're talking
last time?
possible
They
terrorist-
almost didn't come back. They almost
We're-
didn't
we're
come
talk-
back last time.
Yeah, but we're talking about terrorist attacks, possible terrorist
Yep.
attacks.
Yep.
And I don't know how well they're secure over there. I know we've taken great strides here to provide security against terrorism, but over there, I mean, it's like they expect it.
Yeah, shout out to AD Terry over there and the men and women over there
Yes.
as well.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Oh gosh.
Can I bring up a subject, Mark, real quick?
Sure.
This thing about cancel culture. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
if you don't like a show, you don't like a podcast, you don't like a belt group, let's not throw out the word, let's cancel that one. I mean, if you don't like it, like we said, if you don't like somebody's new belt day, move on. If you don't like somebody's podcast, move on. There's plenty of more podcasts out there to watch.
Mm-hmm.
You have a right to your opinion. You have a right for your decision. No hard feelings. But there's no need to go out there and tell people to cancel this. You know what I mean? It's not worth it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Especially when people work hard on their shows. There's plenty of guys that work hard on their shows. You know what I mean? And some people do it just to keep themselves going. You know what I mean? And I think it's pretty crappy to do things like that.
And what Richard is referring to in those, I was trying to approach this carefully, but I don't think it's really a way to do that.
And I don't mean anything personal about it. I'm not getting personal by any particular person. I'm just saying it in general. In general, Facebook groups. There's people who build their Facebook groups as well. There's people who build their podcasts. No matter what it is, no matter what hobby it could be, don't poop on the other guy. You know what I mean? Let them do their thing. And you don't know the reasons what's keeping them going by doing so.
You never know what private war somebody's going through.
Yeah.
But what Richard's referring to, there was a comment made or a post made regarding pet insurance, which was innocuous. It was in response to a post about someone's pet, or somebody raising funds for somebody's pet. And the person who was targeted in that post, or felt targeted by that post, lashed out at Ethan, threatened to boycott Double Drop Kick over it, which had nothing to do with Double Drop Kick. I guess the relation that was made there was that Ethan is a co-host on Double Drop Kick. But what Ethan does in the groups on his own time is his own opinion. And as I put on our crawler down there and on our end credits, is that our opinions are not reflective. They're only reflective of our individual opinions. Same way it goes with Double Drop Kick. Ethan, Kevin, everybody's entitled to an opinion, whether it's a popular opinion or unpopular opinion. But a threat of a boycott was made over this. And there's been arguments on both sides of this. Nobody hates animals. Nobody hates animals. I think it was just a certain gesture was made that was questionable. Ethan came up with a alternative to what was being proposed, and it was taken way out of context, and they ran with it. So now
there's the heat of the moment.
It was the heat of the moment.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if you don't want to watch, don't watch, but don't make a post out there encouraging people to join you in your boycott.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
Richard has a beef with somebody. I mean, I'll support Richard, but I'm gonna go sit there and I'll tell him I have his back, but I'm gonna go sit there and post and say, hey, Richard got beef with this guy. Everybody should hate the other guy. I'm not gonna do that. Richard's a big boy. He can handle himself. We're all big boys. I'd like to think we are, but there's some people in the hobby.
Opinions.
Yeah, but some people in the hobby just for some reason can't handle truth. They can't handle common sense. They can't handle criticism. But if you want to boycott something, just do it. You don't have to announce you're doing it.
Yeah. Like
if you don't like,
I'm leaving the hobby. Do you really need to make the announcement? I'm leaving the hobby.
Yeah.
Most likely, if you don't announce it, nobody's going to know you're gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Folks mad at Ethan, be mad at Ethan. But DDK had nothing to do with it. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
And the good thing about us guys, we don't all agree on everything. We're good friends, but we're never going to agree on the same thing or agree with somebody else. Why?
Right.
Because you have your own opinion and you have that right to your own opinion.
Right. But opinions are just that. They're opinions. They're not fact. They're someone's opinion. They could be fact based, but
And just
again,
stop taking
that's a matter of opinion.
Stop taking things personal all the time. It's not that serious.
Yeah, exactly. If these guys, or if I screw up, I'm gonna hear about it. If these guys screw up, I'm gonna let them know about it. That's just the way it is. If you can't handle the criticism, don't behave the way you're behaving. It's just
Tyler.
dumb. It's just dumb. You're gonna string that 5K along, aren't you?
Good luck with that. By the time you get done with it, it's going to be 10K.
Yeah, you're going with interest. Yeah, you're gonna milk that for all it's worth. But yeah, if you're going to boycott something, just boycott. You don't have to make an announcement and try to recruit troops to join you in that. It's not their fight, and chances are it's really not your fight. You're picking a fight for no reason. So, but that I'm gonna get off my high horse on that. Something else popped up. I saw it today. I think Richard sent. No, I sent it. I guess Undertaker was on a podcast or something.
Oh, I sent that. I sent that to you. Yeah.
Okay. I couldn't remember. Undertaker said that he used to get accused of having a long entrance, and he has had long entrances. He said, "My goodness, I'm a sprint to the ring now." The Undertaker says on Jey Uso's entrance. Let me get rid of the scroller so I can see what I'm reading here. He'll make his entrance, come out of break, still be really going for round 2, or still be ready going for round 2. Now I'm going to venture a guess here that maybe those entrances aren't quite as long as some of the intros on some of these podcasts, according to some people. But I just thought that's kind of funny because the Undertaker, he walks as slow as could be.
No, that entrance is just a little bit too long. It's overplayed right now.
All the entrances are getting long.
In the beginning, it was good. It was cool. Now it's just starting to get old.
Yeah. Is this?
Who's DWF?
Okay. I have no idea. But apparently may have had alternate plans if they didn't make it over to the Middle East, but they're over there, or they're on their way over there.
Yep.
So hopefully they have a good PLE, and hopefully there's no major incidents.
Well, you know why they canceled the Dominic Mysterio AJ Styles match, right?
Mm-mm.
Yeah, because AJ didn't.
AJ doesn't want to go over there.
Yeah, he doesn't want not want to go over there.
Can't blame him there. It's a dangerous place to go. But to those people, that's normal life.
They're used to
us. Yeah, they're used to it.
We're not.
Yeah.
I guess we're gonna find out tomorrow night on Netflix. Tomorrow afternoon, I should say, at 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time is going to be SmackDown. Is going to air on Netflix, and then Raw is going to be also on Monday, I believe, at 1 o'clock.
Okay.
Because they're going to let the superstars have time with their family for the holiday, upcoming 4th of July holiday.
Cool. Okay. Anything going on in AEW?
Pretty much the same thing. I mean,
the latest I heard today was Tony Khan is going to be very hesitant of hiring any former WWE superstars going forward.
Did you guys? I think Richard told me about this one that there's somebody speculating that Vince McMahon is going to join AEW and save it.
I saw.
I don't buy that.
I don't buy that.
Because last year the rumor was that Shane McMahon was going to join AEW.
Yeah, and that went nowhere.
Yeah.
WWE. Okay. That's what I kind of figured that's what it was.
I don't see that happening. I just don't. I hope not, because Vince McMahon needs to stay away from wrestling.
Far away from it.
Yeah, absolutely.
He's too old to be trying to get involved with stuff now, man. He just need to go sit down. He's sitting around. He's sitting on billions of dollars.
Relax and enjoy his billion.
Are they tapping or are they taping? And they don't tape anymore. It's all video. It's all digital. But I get what you're saying there. I think you give you a hard time about it. Wow.
Mentos.
Wow. Yeah, we're gonna have sponsored comments now.
All right.
But I think Ethan does a great job on Double Drop Kick.
He does.
He's gone through some personal issues. He's going through some personal issues. I think just like the rest of us, the hobby is a release. It's therapy. And if you don't like what he has to say, block him.
You know, I heard Ethan
Won't hurt
likes
his
to go
feelings.
post to post to coast to coast.
Yeah, he likes to roast the roast too.
He's the host with the most.
Yeah. They're both doing taping. That's nice to know. You want what's this about? What new?
Oh.
Yeah, Eric Bischoff and Hogan started a
Flop.
real professional wrestling
Flop.
flop.
Wow. I think I
Yeah.
heard about this. Didn't we talk about this before?
Well,
We
yeah,
talked
but
about them starting it.
their ticket
Yeah,
sales
so-
came out.
The ticket sales just aren't happening, kind of like what you figured. It's
Yeah, we
just not-
talked about. Yeah, we said it wouldn't work. Wouldn't work. They're past their prime.
Yeah.
There was a rumor going around last week that Hogan was on death's door.
Nah, that was just.
That was a
Yeah,
moment
just-
of Sponge.
It was proven to be false.
Yeah.
But
You know, you always got to have those hoax.
Bubba's trying to stay relevant, so he made that up, I believe.
Bubba the Love Sponge.
Yes.
Yeah. Back in the day,
Yeah.
he looked
Like,
like a
don't you got some
sponge.
Hogan sex tapes that's gonna sell or something?
Who wants to see that? Hulk Hogan and 24-inch python.
Not me, brother.
Hogan took a DNA test and found out that he was not everybody's brother. He was very disappointed to hear that.
Oh,
He
yes.
He did. He sure
Oh,
did.
yes. I don't want to get political, but it was about time we had somebody in that seat to really say how they felt.
Tell it like it is.
I don't
not a
care who
polished
it was.
politician.
Yeah.
Like him or hate him, he is not a polished politician. I'm taking your lunch money tomorrow, by the way. But again, be sure to watch Double Drop Kick on Saturday night.
Mhm.
It's going to be a
Always
great show.
show.
I thought it said Branson. I was in Branson last week. I'm going to go over this a little bit. And on the way up there, we got just west of Tulsa. I hadn't made it to Tulsa yet, and ran into a downpour, and I couldn't even see the road. The stripes couldn't see past the hood. And then we were on an interstate of an 80 mile an hour speed limit, but I was doing 30, and people were passing me like I was standing still. My wife said, "You need to pull over. We're going to get killed." So I pulled over to the side of the road. Cars zoomed past me. I could feel the breeze, blowing the car around, and I thought, I need to get back on the road, because if somebody rear ends me and I'm sitting still, they're going to kill me, kill us. So we got back on the road, and they did forecast rain all week except for 2 days we were there, and it sprinkled twice. It shut one water ride down because they apparently want people get wet on the water ride. But we had a good time. Ate Andy's ice cream.
True.
Yeah, had Andy's ice cream. And one other thing, you guys know who Roy D. Mercer is? You know Roy D. Mercer? He's got CDs out. I'm gonna whoop your ass. How big a boy are you? He calls people up. It's a phone thing. It's a radio station. It started out in Tulsa, Oklahoma. A guy named Brent Douglas created a character, kind of like Larry the Cable Guy, called Roy D. Mercer. There's CDs of it. It's on YouTube. He'll call up, pretend to be an old man, and he'll want money back because something he bought didn't work, or it's something ridiculous. And they'll say, "We're going to give you your money back." He'll threaten to whoop their ass and get them all riled up. It's hilarious.
Oh, I hope not, Kevin.
That started out as a let's
hope
hope
not.
not. Yeah. How big a boy are you? Yeah. Tyler knows who it is. But that started out before it became a syndicated thing and on CDs at a radio station in Tulsa, Oklahoma, KMOD. I call it Commode, but it's KMOD radio. And it took off to be such a big hit, they turned it into a CD collection. I think there's 5 or 6 CDs. I got a couple of them. But we stayed overnight at a DoubleTree in Tulsa on the way home. I wanted to extend the vacation one more day, so we stayed at a DoubleTree. And just down the road, about 10 blocks, was KMOD Radio. We drove right past Roy D. Mercer's. Roy Dan Mercer, that's it. Yep, Roy Dan Mercer. But we drove past that radio station. I told my wife, "Hey, that's where Roy D. Mercer was born." So, what's his wife's name? Velma Jean?
Sharon Jean.
Sharon, yeah, Sharon Jean.
Sharon Jean.
Sharon, yeah. How do you spell that? Common spelling. Sharon.
I used to like the one they used to have the guy they would call the hardware store, and they
Mhm.
would ask for what kind of cock you got with the accent.
Yeah.
He goes, "Do you have all color cocks?" Yeah, I got all the color cocking.
Oh wow. But one prank he pulled, he called somebody up. It was a pet store, and he no, it was a Marine recruiter. Marine recruiter is what it was. He called a Marine recruiter, and said that his boy went to go join the Marines, and they told him he was too scrawny. They told him to go home and work out. He said so. He went down, bought him some protein powder, and bought some weights, and he was working out, and he dropped a weight on his pet gerbil or pet hamster. And Liberace was the name of the hamster. He said, "Squish that hamster."
Oh wow!
And he said that hamster won a talented pet contest by playing the piano with his nose. He said, "We're going to lose income off of that. I need my money back for that hamster." And the Marine recruiter wouldn't give him the money back. He said, "Well, how much is it going to cost me to come down there and whoop your ass?" And the
He
guy
went
says,
after
"How-"
Goldberg for signing his son's bald head.
Roy Mercer did? I didn't know about that. I didn't know that. Damn it, Bobby, quit bringing up Hank Hill. I'll have
Frank
to make you go
Anchors.
buy some propane supplies.
There you go,
Uh,
Frank Akers.
Crank Anchors, that was a good one. Not Roy. Rick Dees used to have a candid phone. He used to do stuff.
Yes, yes.
Yeah, please do. Please do. I'd like to see that.
You got Prince Albert in the can. You better let him out.
Yes, if you're watching, click the thumbs up on this episode. You might think that it's a big deal, but it does help this channel grow. Help us get to 500 so we can give away that beautiful Winged Eagle belt. I'll show you that one more time. This is not the belt, but it's one identical to it. This one I did on my leather. The one we're giving away will be on my leather. This is by Unique Championship Belts. It is 4mm zinc, dual-plated CNC, and it will have a belt tip that will come from Wrestling Superstore.
Johnny, now you're getting into my era.
So click that subscribe button, click the thumbs up button, and we would greatly appreciate it. If you have people that you know, friends, relatives that love wrestling, are curious about belts, have them subscribe as well. I want to give that belt away. It's in a box right now waiting to be put on leather. So, yes, subscribe. Tell somebody. There you go. No, haven't. We had a guy here locally that tried to do that. He had a girl. He called one time on the phone and said, "Hey, we just did some work on your car yesterday. You need to pull over right now." She was driving, and told her there's something wrong with the car. It was about to blow up. They were having her pull spark plug wires, all sorts
Oh,
of stuff.
Jesus.
Yeah, that worked for about a week, and they had to shut it down because he's pissing people off.
Believe it or not, when the Jerky Boys started, they started out using payphones. If you haven't heard the Jerky Boys, you are missing fun
Oh,
stuff.
hey.
It's from back in the day.
Have you seen his TikTok girls?
Yes.
Not too shabby.
Tyler, all I want to say is we lived through you, bro.
Yeah.
We lived through you, bro.
Definitely.
You know, I gained 7 pounds over last week while I was on vacation. I
Damn.
gained 7 pounds. Yep.
Did you
I was
finally go to the
195.
bathroom?
I was 190. What?
Did you finally go to the bathroom when you got back?
Yeah, but it didn't help. No, I weighed 195 when we left. I weighed Saturday morning.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, probably so.
Just ignore the missing teeth.
I came back. I weighed 202, and I'm back down to 199 right now.
Oh,
I'm
my.
stuck at 200. I lose a pound, I gain a pound. I lose a pound, I gain a pound.
If you're within driving distance of Branson, Missouri, it's worth a trip. It's beautiful there. The traffic isn't great. Their main strip through there is 2 lanes with a turn lane. It's terrible. They got 2 stoplights along there, and you're backed up for half a mile. They have routes that go around that stuff. We did a golf cart tour of a wilderness area, really nice. We did Silver Dollar City for 2 days. I rode the roller coasters, which beat the hell out of me. My son enjoyed that. We did some shopping. They have a really cool Riverside district down there that's got some shops. It's called Branson Landing. Ben's Lawn is a great place to visit, but stay off of it.
You
It's for
already
show.
know.
It's
You
for show,
already
damn
know.
it.
They have a nostalgic ice cream shop down there. It's actually frozen yogurt called Andy's Ice Cream. It looks like one of those 50 style ice cream parlors. Really cool. Lots of putt, lots of golf carts, Jeep tours.
Title's on fire tonight.
Yep. Take a the Ben's Lawn. Yeah. She went to thank him for the date. He said, "Grassy ass." Yeah. They got a Titanic museum there. It's really cool. They got some shows, a lot of good shows there. If you like the Western country music style shows.
Well, what was that? Tyler, her ass is grass and you the lawnmower.
Yeah. There you go.
Is that what it is?
Yeah. Yeah. We got the same cabin we had last year, same exact cabin. Yep. Grassy ass, yep. Busy lawn don't have grass on it. That's true. That's true.
Busy lawn doesn't have grass on it. Tyler, we're not talking about your TikTok lawn.
Is that your haiku for today?
He took her there so she could graze.
He's out. I'm gonna go sit on my grass and meditate and recite that.
Yeah.
Just make sure you're facing the right direction.
Yeah.
Missouri
is a beautiful place. Beautiful, a lot of hills, a lot of trees.
And that spot where you stayed was nice, man. That cabin was nice.
It was very nice. Yeah. Yeah.
I love that retro stuff. That retro cabin with the modern look. I love that.
Yeah, that was one of like 60 cabins in that one little area. It was a gated community. You had to have a special thing hanging from a placard from your mirror so you can get in. They had a guard shack there. It was just about a mile north of Silver Dollar City.
That's pretty cool, though.
Yeah, I want to see the Mackinac Bridge in Mackinac Island. You can ride bicycles on the Mackinac Island. I don't think they have cars there.
Yeah, they don't have cars.
No, you take a boat or an airplane there.
Mm-hmm.
One night pastrami. So we got 8 minutes left. What else we got to talk about, guys? I thought we filled about 2 hours up, but
well, Saturday they're in Saudi. So
Richard was there.
It didn't work, Johnny. The jacuzzi tub did not work. I had to.
That's because Kevin.
I had to fill it full of hot water and eat a can of beans before I got in it.
Kevin was trying to use the power from that to power the cameras.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah.
I may not be able to get to the gathering. I may need somebody to do me a favor, get some autographs for Great Muda for me. I got some Muda figures.
There you go.
Because I want to go. But just dealing with my treatments and everything, I don't feel like lugging all that equipment across the country.
I don't blame you.
Yeah.
So I don't want to take that risk.
Yeah.
Having to take a machine and go set it up, and
you don't know what the flight's going to do to you neither.
Right.
Yeah.
The flight schedules are so unstable.
Sure, no problem, man.
Post?
Sure, no problem. I can do that.
Yeah.
Fence post to fence post.
Again, watch DDK Saturday night. He's going to have Michael Herman, RetroSoft Studios, talk about the new Retromania wrestling game. If you don't have it, it's very affordable. I think it's $8 or $9, depending.
They had it on sale for cheaper than that the other day.
Yeah, it was really cheaper. You can get it on the PlayStation Store. You can get it on.
It was like
the
$5.
Xbox Store as well.
I can't remember between $5 and $8, but
I remember when I got it, it was going for at least $25 when I got it to download.
You never push Grandpa around.
Yeah.
Bar mitzvah. What? L'chaim. What?
I have it on my PlayStation, but I'm having trouble. I got to learn it. It's just like, to me, WWE, the game, it's hard for me to win it.
Kevin, you can download it off of PlayStation Store.
Unfortunately, I'll be at my relatives shooting fireworks Saturday night, but I will definitely catch the replay. I almost said refund.
Refund.
Now just say Double Drop Kick Podcast.
Why are you not flying to the gathering? You get air sick?
No,
Oh, he's driving. He's
probably
driving this year. Yeah.
because he's gonna be a vendor.
You're being driven. You're not driving. You're being driven. That's going to be expensive Uber. Yeah. But watch Double Drop Kick podcast. Watch what is Dave Miller's podcast?
I keep forgetting
I can't
his
remember.
podcast name.
You talking about Pond Water Dave?
Pond Water Dave.
And Amy. Check out their podcast.
Mhm.
Mark out moments. Mark out moments.
Marked
His name
out
of it.
moments.
It used to be called something else. But I can't remember it. Sorry, drawing a blank. I've been off a week.
Okay, Tyler.
Refund my GoFundMe. Okay.
The old Russell face.
Yeah. Arcade game at Modern. Yeah. I played it. I played 2 or 3 matches and I lost all 3 of them because I couldn't get. I got to figure out the buttons how to make the wrestlers move.
Like I said, I get that NES vibe off of that game. It's so cool. It's it's retro. That's cool.
Yeah, Mark Out Moments is a YouTube page, but they have a different name for the actual podcast, or maybe they just changed it to Mark Out Moments. It used to be something else. Okay, all right. Be safe when you go. That's in August though, so I have more time to tell you. Be safe. That's all I got. I mean, I can end the show early.
No, we going to 8 o'clock because I want to see the credits roll.
You want to see
better be in the
we'll let the
credits.
credits roll. The credits roll no matter what.
I
We
better
always,
be in
we
the
always
credits.
roll the credits, Ben.
Better-
And we're
Yeah,
going
like
to go
better
off
be
the
in the
air when the
credits.
credits end.
Yeah,
Just
that too.
remember,
That is Mark.
just remember, Mark. It's on the right-hand corner at the top. It's the red
You click it twice.
button. Click it twice, okay?
Oh, okay. That was
Make sure you
hilarious.
click it twice.
That was hilarious.
That
Talking
whole
wrestling. That's it.
show
Thank you.
went-
Talking wrestling.
Perfect until the end.
Don't end. We'll be back next week. I don't know with what, but do send in questions. Me, Andy, Richard, or Ben. Just send us questions. We'll put them on the screen. We'll answer them.
Mhm.
5 or 6 questions. That was fun. I enjoyed that.
I only have one final word. Let's get back to the fun, guys. Let's
Yeah.
stop hating on
What
each
is
Hey,
other.
hold
Else.
on. Let me say something. We gotta stop saying that every week.
What's that?
Let's get back to the fun.
Yeah.
We gotta stop saying that every week.
We should already be there.
Yes,
Right.
definitely.
It's every week, man. It's something, man.
Have you had fun
It's
tonight,
something.
guys? Have you had fun tonight?
Yes, definitely.
Yes.
I've had fun. I hope you guys
They're-
watching have had fun.
they're very interactive, very informative. Thank you all for watching.
Yes.
Like and subscribe.
We had a pretty healthy group of watchers tonight, viewers. We appreciate that. Go to Wide World of Belts YouTube channel, subscribe. Go to Wide World of Belts Facebook page, join the Championship Belt Brothers, join Love Those Wrestling Belts, join DDK, like, subscribe his YouTube page, and enjoy the hobby.
Definitely.
Kevin's on a roll.
Enjoy the hobby. Hello and goodbye.
Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Yeah. What's the other? I don't know. Never mind.
Sayonara.
Adios. Adios. Sayonara.
Aloha.
It's 1 minute long. It's 1 minute long, but not fun with the comments. We gotta be careful of that because I have family watching. I got people from church that watch, so I gotta be careful.
Thanks,
about
Scott.
Mom watches too.
that. Mom watches sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
Appreciate
I
that,
love
Scott.
you too.
By the way, Scott bought a big gold, a beautiful big gold, but the grapplers on the main plate and I think on the side plates were not painted, or the paint came off. They weren't plated. He just posted pictures. I didn't have time to download them, but he just posted in the Wide World of Belts. He painted those himself, and it looks very nice, very nice. So be sure you post that in the belt post next week.
I believe he was a victim of a bad comment too.
Was he?
Wasn't it? Wasn't it
Yes.
Scott Aaron's?
It was Scott Aaron.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Tell me
That
after sure what
guy
it was.
he went in the Scott's post. That kind of was clinched it.
It's
Okay.
not. It's not
Uh,
called for, man.
I'm drawing a blank on it. You have to tell me after the show.
Yeah,
But,
that guy's gone.
It
Okay.
basically was a little harder than that other comment. Just put it that way.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, with that, I'm on the show. We're at our time, our 9 o'clock mark on my time. So I want to thank Richard, Andy, and Ben for joining us. I want to thank you for joining us tonight and watching the show. Like and subscribe and join us next week. We will, my outro video messed up. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. No, I'm going to play it. I'm gonna play
Strike,
it.
strike,
No,
strike.
no. I got it. I forgot to set it as the outro video. Give me a second. I'm going to find it.
Strike.
No, here it is. I found it. Okay. So with that, I'm going to bid you good night. We'll be back next week. Thank you for watching. Be safe this weekend. As Kevin likes to say, be humble and be kind. Good night, everybody.
I'm in the credits, y'all.
But everybody.